Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
The Daily Compliance News for June 12, 2025. The Brutal Truth Edition, and we begin with that story from the Financial Times in the Office Life column by Polita Clark. She talks about the brutal truth about today's layoffs. People are being dismissed by phone or email, and it is certainly not, or it is suboptimal. Google dismissed a large number of employees in that manner, and last year a software engineer wrote about his experience of learning you'd lost your job via email. You know why companies are doing this, because it's an easy way to get out of having to have perhaps a difficult conversation, but it certainly depersonalizes the employment relationship as much as possible, and it really misses the opportunity to have a formal exit interview where a wide variety of topics can be discussed and hopefully resolved so that somebody doesn't sue the company later. And she ends her piece by saying, the sooner this needlessly cruel blot on corporate life ends, the better. Next up from Reuters, a U.S. District Judge in Delaware has extended the schedule for the court-organized auction of shares into CITGO Petroleum, which of course is owned by the Venezuelan national oil company PDVSA, moving the sales process to a final hearing on August 18th. The 8-year case aimed at compensating creditors for debt defaults and asset expropriations in Venezuela has endured multiple delays, and there's been one offer at $3.7 billion from contrarian funds affiliate Red Tree Investments, and it's only a starting point. Bidders have up until June 18 to submit improved offers. Next up, in the Trump administration's continued attacks on Harvard University, now it is the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, who is pushing the Department of Justice to investigate Harvard on whether they violated federal sanctions by collaborating on a health insurance conference that may have included officials blacklisted by the U.S. government. Rubio signed off on the recommendation to the Treasury Department last month to open the investigation, which is extraordinarily unusual to have the Cabinet Secretary target a U.S. domestic entity for sanctions enforcement. This, of course, is based upon the attacks by the administration against Harvard for failing to heel in and cave into the president's demands. Nevertheless, if you can't go to a training course, not much you're left to do. And finally, from the Wall Street Journal business section, Ethan Bernstein and Michael Horn reporting that the secret to retaining the best employees is to ask 4 questions. Those questions include: when was the last time you almost quit? When was the most recent time that work didn't feel like work? 3, what trade-offs are you making to stay in this role? And 4, if your job disappeared tomorrow, what would you choose to do? So it's a great way to think about retaining top-level employees. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.